My name is William Stetson from Stetson Powell Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Center in Burbank, California. This video is on the arthroscopic repair of type 2 slap lesions in overhead athletes. I'd like to thank my co-authors. And here are my disclosures. Here we have a right shoulder looking from posterior to anterior in the lateral decubitus position. This is an overhead athlete with a type 2 slap tear. The arthroscopic shaver is coming through the anterior superior portal. Labrum is to the left, glenoid is to the right. We're performing an arthroscopic debridement of the superior glenoid. Following the arthroscopic debridement with the shaver, we then take a 4 millimeter burr, again looking from posterior to anterior, the burr coming through the anterior superior portal. We decorticate the superior glenoid. After decortication, you can see the punctate bleeding bone. Following this, we're going to create a mid-glenoid portal at the leading edge of the subscapularis using a spinal needle first for direction, followed by the arthroscopic cannula. We prefer to place the anchor via the anterior superior portal, first using a punch to create a pilot hole into the superior glenoid. After the pilot hole has been created, we then place a 2.8 millimeter tap for screw placement. After the tap, we then place a 2.8 millimeter metal anchor into the superior glenoid loaded with a single suture. I still like to use the metal anchors because I think they give a good bite and not worried about absorption or anything that can happen with degradation of the products. Once we place the anchor, it's very important to check for anchor security. We remove the driver, but don't remove it completely. We then tug on the sutures to make sure that the anchor doesn't become loose. Once we make sure that the arthroscopic anchor is well seated, we then take our crochet hook through the mid-glenoid portal. We reach in, grab one limb of the suture, so it's pulled out the mid-glenoid portal, and the other limb will be through the anterior superior portal, and we'll start our stitching. We now have our stitching device. It's a short crescent hook through the anterior superior portal. The arthroscopic view is behind or superior to the superior labrum. We then pierce the device through the superior labrum, and then we will deploy a shuttle. We then deploy the shuttle and grasp it through the mid-glenoid portal, from which we will then use it as a shuttle relay to place one of the sutures through the superior labrum. We then load the suture that is in the mid-glenoid portal. We load it off the PDS suture. We use a dilator knot, and then we pull it through the anterior superior portal, and that's the first limb of our suture being pulled through, and again through the anterior superior portal. That's our first half hitch. We actually like to do a mattress stitch and not a simple stitch. What we do then is we take our crochet hook and we'll grab the other limb or second limb of the suture that has not been placed through the labrum. We grasp it through the mid-glenoid portal, and we repeat the process one more time. We then have repeated that process, so now we have a mattress stitch, and we're ready for knot tying. You can see our knot tying. We use a series of half hitches with the arthroscopic knot pusher coming through the anterior superior portal. The knot is superior to the labrum and behind the biceps, so it does not impinge on the humeral head. After all the half hitches are completed, we then take our arthroscopic knot cutter and cut it right at the base of the knot. Here you can see our completed repair in this overhead athlete. Take-home points including a mattress knot or stitch where the knot is behind the biceps, not violating the supraspinatus tendon, and also not going anterior to the biceps to trap that superior glenohumeral ligament, which can limit external rotation in our overhead athletes. On behalf of my co-authors and myself, we thank you very much for your attention.